Have you ever liked a woman, and no matter what you do, she just doesn't seem to notice you? What if I told you it's not your looks, it's not your money, and it's definitely not your height? It's one specific mistake you're making, probably every single time you're around her. And here's the thing. Once I tell you what it is, you'll immediately recognize it in yourself, and you'll never do it again. But before I reveal that, there's something even more important I need to share first. There's a psychological concept that completely changes how women experience attraction, and most men have never even heard of it. I'll explain it in detail later in this video, because once you understand it, everything else on this list will make 10x more sense. And one more thing. By the end of this video, I'm going to tell you the single most powerful thing you can do before a date even begins. Not during, not after, before. Most men skip this completely, and it's why they feel nervous, stiff, and unnatural every single time. Okay, let's get into it. Welcome to Talia Talks Love. Today we're talking about how to attract a woman who doesn't seem interested at first. And look, just because she's distant or reserved doesn't mean she's closed off. Often, the smallest shift in your energy, your mindset, or your behavior can unlock something completely unexpected in her. So if you've ever looked at her and thought, I don't stand a chance, what you're about to learn could completely change how she sees you. We're covering confidence, subtle psychology, emotional presence, and a few things that sound small but hit incredibly deep. Let's go. Let's start with eye contact, but not the kind you're thinking of. There's a specific technique to eye contact that very few people know about, and when you use it correctly, it actually triggers a chemical reaction in her brain. I'll break it down fully in a second, but first, understand this. Most men either avoid her gaze completely or they stare too intensely and make everything awkward. Both kill attraction instantly. What actually works is warm, intentional, emotionally aware eye contact. And here's the technique I promised. Focus slightly on her left eye. Studies show this activates the right hemisphere of her brain, which controls emotion and connection. And it triggers oxytocin, the bonding hormone, subconsciously. She won't know why she feels more connected to you. She'll just feel it. Your goal isn't to stare. It's to offer a calm, grounded look that says, I see you. You matter. Words can lie. Eyes rarely do. Now here's something most men never think about, but women always notice. Your scent. And I'm not just talking about smelling clean. There's actually a science behind which type of fragrance makes women feel more emotionally drawn to you. And I'll tell you exactly what to look for. Scent is directly tied to emotional memory. When she catches a hint of your cologne later, walking past someone on the street, sitting in her car, her brain automatically pulls up you. You become a feeling she can't quite explain. Now, here's what to choose. If you're calm, grounded, and steady, go woody or musky. It signals stability. If you carry mystery and quiet intensity, go spicy or dark citrus. It signals depth. Think of your scent as an invisible signature. You leave an impression before you've said a single word. Okay. Remember at the very beginning, I said I'd tell you the most powerful thing you can do before a date even starts? Here it is. Calm your nervous system before you see her. Because here's the truth most men don't want to hear. Anxiety is visible. Even when you try to hide it, she feels it. It comes through in your voice, your posture, your timing, your energy. And it blocks attraction before it even has a chance to start. So what do? Natural grounding works better than most men realize. Theanine from green tea calms without sedating ashwagandha, lowers cortisol, your stress hormone. Magnesium improves sleep quality so you show up rested. And here's the simplest one. Before a date, call someone who genuinely loves you, a parent, a sibling, a close friend. 5 minutes. It reminds your nervous system of your own worth. That calm, assured energy, she feels it without knowing why she feels it. And now, the truth I promised. The version of you that shows up when you're relaxed is the version she actually falls for. Most men never let her see that version. Don't make that mistake. Let's talk about the actual date. And before I give you the ideas, remember that psychological concept I mentioned at the very beginning? The one that makes everything else make more sense? It's called misattribution of arousal. When her heart is racing from excitement, novelty, or even mild nervousness, her brain looks for a reason why. And if you're right there, she links those feelings to you. This is why predictable dates kill attraction, and why experiences build it. So ditch the dinner and movie routine completely. Instead, try a spontaneous drive somewhere unexpected, salsa dancing, an escape room, a rooftop bar she didn't know existed, a food market at night. Emotional highs create emotional memory. And emotional memory is what makes her think about you at 2 a.m. when she's lying in bed. On the date, let your behavior speak louder than your words. How you treat the waiter, how you handle something going wrong, how you carry yourself when no one's watching you. Women notice this instinctively, not because they're testing you, but because it tells them who you actually are when the pressure is off. Calm, kind, grounded. That combination isn't just attractive, it's safe. And safety, I'll come back to this, is the real key to unlocking genuine interest in a woman who seemed closed off. When the bill comes, there's a right way and a wrong way to handle it. And most men do it the wrong way, even when they're trying to be impressive. Here's what to do instead. When she steps away, to the restroom, to take a call, handle it quietly. No announcement, no card on the table performance. When she returns and finds it already done, she feels something she wasn't expecting: maturity, respect, emotional safety. No validation needed, no audience required. Now, the wrong way I mentioned? It's making it a moment, saying "I got this" loudly, pulling the card out dramatically, checking the bill twice in front of her. It signals insecurity dressed up as generosity. She can feel the difference. Here's where most men completely undo everything they've built in the last 5 minutes of the date. And I see this mistake constantly. They rush. They try to seal the night too quickly, too obviously, and everything they built over the last few hours starts to crack. Here's what works instead. Leave her with a warm hug, a genuine "I had a really great time," and nothing more. No pressure, no expectation, just a calm, confident goodbye. Now here's why this is so powerful. And this is the mistake I was talking about. When you rush toward certainty, a kiss, a plan, "So when can I see you again?" you remove the one thing that makes her think about you afterward. Anticipation. Anticipation is stronger than certainty. When you leave things slightly open, her mind fills in the rest. She wonders. She replays the night. She leans in. You've gone from the guy she overlooked to the one she can't stop thinking about, just by knowing when not to push. Okay. Remember the very beginning, when I said there's one specific mistake you're probably making every time you're around her? Neediness. Not the obvious desperate kind. The subtle kind. The kind that shows up as over-texting after a good conversation, over-explaining yourself when she seems quiet, changing your behavior based on her mood, planning too hard to impress her. It's trying to earn her attention instead of simply having your own. And here's the hard truth. The more you chase her approval, the less attractive you become. Because attraction doesn't come from effort, it comes from presence. Women are drawn to men who are constantly evolving, not perfect, not rich or famous, just growing. A man who works on himself, stays calm under pressure, doesn't spiral after rejection. That man becomes unpredictable in the best way. That's where stoicism comes in. Stoicism isn't being cold or robotic, it's mastering your reactions, staying grounded when things don't go your way, focusing on what you can control and releasing what you can't. Start small. Read train. Set goals. Practice stillness. Remove the comparison traps. The scrolling, the noise, the highlight reels. When you're centered, she notices. And she leans in, naturally. Here's another secret weapon: psychological tension. And here's what it actually means, because most people get this wrong. It's not about playing games. It's not about being cold or withholding. It's the dance between presence and restraint, warmth and mystery. When you're fully present, but not desperate, attentive, but not hovering, interested, but not available at every second. Women feel that instantly. They wonder what you're thinking. They start paying more attention to you, not less. Most men overtalk. They fill every silence. They try to impress with stories or achievements or humor. But the men women are most drawn to? They sit comfortably. They listen more than they speak. They let their gaze and their presence do the heavy lifting. Speak slowly. Pause. Talk about what moves you, not what impresses her. That grounded honesty sets you apart from every other guy she's met. Speak less. Feel more. Don't try to impress her. Impress yourself. Remember when I said, what if the date goes wrong? A small thing, an awkward moment, a restaurant that's fully booked, a plan that falls apart. Here's the answer. How you handle it matters more than the plan itself. Because what she's really evaluating, consciously or not, is whether she feels emotionally safe with you. Not physically safe, emotionally safe. When a woman feels emotionally safe, meaning she trusts you won't judge her, pressure her, or make her feel small, her walls come down. She opens up. She sees you completely differently. Every small gesture builds that safety. Opening a door, listening without interrupting, staying calm when something goes wrong, handling the unexpected with ease. These aren't nice guy moves. These are powerful moves because emotional safety is rare. And when she feels it with you, you become unforgettable. So let me leave you with this. Attraction isn't about trying harder. It's not about clever lines, perfectly planned dates, or expensive gestures. It's about who you are, the energy you carry, the way you move through the world, the calm confidence you bring into every room. You're not convincing her. Your presence is doing the convincing. So the next time you see a woman who doesn't seem interested, don't shrink, don't chase, don't resent. Stand tall, smile quietly, and tell yourself, she doesn't know me yet, but she will. Become the kind of man who is unignorable, not through effort, but through calm, centered, magnetic presence. And when that energy meets curiosity, that's when everything shifts. If this resonated with you, like it, subscribe, and hit the bell. And comment magnetic below if you're ready to step into this energy. Let's see who's showing up differently starting today. Thanks for watching. I'm Talia, and this is Talia Talks Love.